Good morning. Welcome to morning practice with Olivia on Wednesday, December 13th. It's the midweek, and yesterday we had the new moon, and we're also celebrating our first new moon lunar anniversary of morning practice and did the moon salutation, which was great. We've been focusing this week on developing our knowledge of the 8 limbs of yoga beyond pranayama, dhyana, which is meditation, pranayama is breath work, and asana is movement. Then just diving slightly deeper into the yamas and niyamas, ethical behavior principles that are useful in navigating our experience with ourselves and with each other. So yeah, and just as always, bringing a general sense of gratitude. It's exciting to be doing this project and having things develop, and I'm excited that I'm beginning to put these recordings on a YouTube channel so that you'll be able to access them even without the website if needed. So yes, more information on that to come. So the 8 limbs, we were talking a little bit yesterday about satya, truth, truthfulness with ourselves, and ahimsa, non-violence, non-harming the self. And a lot of that, I was reflecting on it yesterday, is really about, this idea of self-compassion, definitely, and compassion towards others. I think it's much easier to access compassion towards others when we start to have a relationship of compassion with ourselves. It's sort of like, I think I was talking last week about the idea of being a friend to yourself. What voice do you use to talk to yourself with? And how do you treat yourself internally? And sometimes, if we're pretty harsh on ourselves, that inner narrative becomes what we see all around us. And so, however, we're speaking to ourselves in a harmful or cruel or judgmental way, maybe can turn outward. So, the idea of developing a greater awareness of how you're speaking to yourself and how you're treating yourself and how you're having a relationship with yourself, especially one that could contain more compassion and more caring and more understanding that sometimes challenges are challenges, and sometimes we lose the keys, or sometimes we can't quite fit everything in. It's okay. In fact, it's fine. And so important to allow ourselves to have the space to not attain a kind of perfectibility that is not even something that's real. It's an idea that we've created in our head. So I encourage us to continue to sit with this satya and ahimsa, and really in a practice of honest self-compassion with yourself, and developing that. And we can take that further a little bit by including the yama asteya, which is non-stealing, not taking what is not ours, not trying to take something that doesn't belong to us. And I think the more we have a relationship to self compassion, the more that that principle just works. Um, because there is no attraction in taking what isn't ours. Or at least I feel that way. There's always some idea that there are things that we want to attain and develop in our lives, but we don't want to take something that isn't ours. We want to create something of our own. So we will think about how you can joyfully create what is yours, and in a loving and caring and kind and honest way with yourself. And yoga is such a great practice, a little cauldron to try these things out. Try a different voice in your head. Try to approach things not from an idea of, I have to do this in order to be something. Instead, I want to do this because I feel good when I do. And I'm maybe a little bit more thoughtful about how I am with myself when I do things in a careful and kind way. So let's take a moment to meditate and come into our hearts as we reflect on that on this sleepy Wednesday morning. So finding a comfortable seat, you may want to sit on a block. I'm currently sitting on a block. If you have a bolster is good. That's the block. Or you could take some blankets like these and roll them up, or just fold it in this way and have your hips propped up. And we'll just find a comfortable seat and let our eyes come to close. And just breathing normally here with a nice straight spine. Letting your awareness move around your body. We're going to take an extra long meditation this morning. Been bringing a lot of awareness to the heart, and I will talk us through that. But once we're there, I'm going to give us a few minutes to drop in today. It feels like that's what the energy wants today. So if it's a bit of a longer meditation, giving you the heads up now. So let's just feel our bodies. If there's any adjustments you need to make, you want to make them. Feeling the length of the spine, feeling the breath circulating in the body. And then you may just bring one hand to your heart center, placing the other hand over top. And if this isn't comfortable, that's totally fine. Just keep your hands in your lap or on your knees. And if your hands are over your heart center, feeling the warmth of the palms connecting. Feel the life force of the heart connecting with the energy emanating from the palms of your hands, the heat, that magnetic field between the two, enhanced by the contact. And you may want to call to mind a situation in the world, a place, a person, a whole population, something that touches your heart deeply that you would like to share the benefit of your meditation and practice with this morning. So if there's somebody or somewhere or something that you want to offer the benefit of your practice to, call that to mind, see it before you, and silently making that offering. And just focus on the light inside the heart, growing, growing beyond the perimeter of the heart, beyond the perimeter of the body, that light from the heart, the joy tea, filling the space you're in, spilling out through the windows, spilling out through the doors, spilling out through the walls, beyond the room, beyond the building, filling the area, the neighborhood, the countryside, your heart light, so uniquely yours, so powerful. And as your heart light expands, it will inevitably connect to other humans and their heart light. And when that meeting happens, the light of our heart is magnified by the light of another's heart, and vice versa. Their heart light brightened until we cover the whole planet with our heart light, and we bring healing and love and compassion, our collective heart light, together covering the planet. And we'll just be in silence as we feel the expansiveness of our magnificent heart. If you find your mind wandering, just bring it back to the breath. Bring it back to the heart awareness. Have compassion for yourself. And we'll slowly deepen the breath, letting the hands fall to the lap, softly opening the eyes, keeping the gaze gentle, soft. And get started with the music shortly. Yeah, and we'll do a little pranayama as we sit here, something soothing. So you're going to take your right hand and the pointer finger and middle finger are going to place between the eyebrows. I'm going to take my glasses off to do this. You're going to use your thumb and your ring finger to hold either nostril down. And we'll start with closing the left nostril and breathing in through the right. And then we'll close the right nostril and exhale through the left. I will talk us through this process as we go. So the two fingers feel a nice warm pressure between the two eyebrows. Use your ring finger to close your left nostril and then begin inhale through the right. Close your right nostril with the thumb. Hold. Release the left nostril and exhale through the left nostril. Inhale through the left nostril. Close the left nostril. Hold. Open the right nostril and exhale. Inhale through the right nostril. Use the thumb to close the nostril. Hold. Exhale through the left nostril as the ring finger releases. Inhaling through the left nostril, hold. As both nostrils are closed, releasing the right nostril and exhaling. I'll talk us through once more. Inhaling through the right nostril with the thumb released. Thumb presses into the right nostril, hold. Ring finger releases the left nostril and exhale through the left nostril. Inhaling through the left nostril. Using the ring finger to close, hold. Thumb releases on the right hand side and you exhale through the right nostril. And you'll continue to take a few rounds here on your own. Feel free to play with the length of your breath, slowing it down. Begin when you're ready. Do 1 more round, both right and left. can let your hand fall away and return the breathing to normal. If you need to rub the area between your eyebrows, just a little massage can feel good here. So we'll get started with a movement practice shortly. Again, the energy is slower today, so we're going to be a little slower. We've been focusing a little bit this week on demonstrating poses in different ways in order to make them accessible if you have less mobility. We'll see where that goes today, because I'm not sure we're actually going to do anything that rigorous. But we will get started on the mat. Have a sip of water. Having 2 blocks and blankets on your mat can feel comfortable. For support, I am actually going to have us begin in a supported back bend. Ideally, for the supported back bend, you're going to have 2 blocks, and I'll demonstrate the setup as I get over to the mat. If you don't have 2 blocks and you have blankets, you're going to make a tight roll with one of the blankets and just recline with that recline the length of the spine along the length of the rolled blanket. If you don't have that, some kind of cushion that can go underneath, either along the length of the spine or around if it's just like a pillow, maybe just around the shoulder blade area, just where the line of the base of the shoulder blades is. So we'll get started. You may want to get a blanket if you want to get cozy. I think it's going to be a slower movement today. It's funny, yeah. So we'll get set up on the mat here. I'm going to begin actually just in a little wide-legged straddle, we've been sitting cross-legged for a while in our meditation, and this is just going to help us move a little bit, rocking from hip to hip, maybe rubbing along the legs if they're chilly, massaging your legs a little bit. Just allowing yourself to have some contact to get the blood going. Oh, yeah. And then you're going to put 1 block on its highest setting with the flat part horizontal, and then 1 block on the medium setting with the flat part on a sort of vertical. And this is going to go between your shoulder blades. Again, if you just got a pillow, I just put a pillow in about roughly position this is, and allow yourself to recline over it so your shoulders actually drop off the pillow. And you keep your arms either side. Rolled up blanket will just go along the length of the spine. And let's just come in here, and I'm actually going to get a blanket because we're going to be here for a moment. So yeah, if you want to get cozy, this is your chance to grab your props to do so. So I'm going to put this lower block, the medium setting block, just between my shoulder blades. And the bottom edge of it, you'll feel contact right at the back of the heart center on the lower line of the shoulder blades. And then the head should just rest on the higher block. Everything should be stable. Blocks shouldn't be falling to either side. And just cover yourself with a blanket. Oh, not entirely. And then you can allow your hands to touch your body somewhere. Either you can have your hands on your thighs, that's what I'm doing, or hands can be on the torso One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. And let's just allow the weight of the body to sink into your support. And as you're here, this is what we would call a supported heart opener. You may, as we lie here and feel ourselves recline over the blocks, just bring that awareness back to the heart center. Your offering, your intention. Feeling the light emanating from the heart. You may want to roll your head from side to side. If your legs are uncomfortable in butterfly or Baddha Konasana, you can just lay them out straight. Allowing yourself to receive the benefit of the heart opening without doing. Just receive. And as you're ready, we're just gonna slide out of that. So you'll just bring your knees to face up. And just roll to one side, curling in a fetal position with your blanket. Allow yourself to feel warm and cozy. I'm just taking it slow this morning. Feeling just quietness. And then you'll push yourself up to a seat. And you can just keep your blanket covering you if you're cold. We'll sit on our block, keeping the blanket over the knees. Let me just move this one off to the side. And we'll bring a little breath work and gratitude practice. So inhaling the arms overhead, hands come to prayer, and prayer comes to heart, offering love and gratitude for the experience of being a human in this body, this particular unique self that you are. All you get to receive and experience, and how very special and wondrous your unique soul and human form is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And then take another inhale. Arms go overhead. Prayer comes to heart. Bring that down with your exhale. And we offer love and gratitude for all the humans on this planet. May we have such compassion for them all as we have compassion for ourselves, but also such love and gratitude for the wonderful friends, community, family, pets we have that just bring us so much joy. Also the humans we don't know whose lives and work deeply touches ours. The farmers who grow the food we eat, the people who bring that food from the farms to the places where we buy it. The people who work to make all the technology that we use and use so heavily. Thank you. And people that we don't know at all how they touch our lives, but they do with the work they do and what they bring. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And we'll inhale, arms come overhead, hands to prayer. Prayer comes to heart. Offering love and gratitude for this incredible planet, the oceans, the mountains, the trees, the birds, the animals, beaches, just extraordinary expression that nature is. Profound difference of climates and habitats, and such an extraordinary place. Earth. So grateful to be on this earthbound human journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then, oh, it is chilly in here today. I want to just wrap myself up in a blanket like a sausage and lie down. It probably would help to do a little bit of movement though, because that's probably going to be the most warming thing of all. I do feel like what I'm going to go into though is I do a longer pigeon on either side. So I'll show the setup for that. You may want to keep your blanket close by so that you can cover yourself once the setup is complete. I'm going to remove my block from underneath my hips. And again, let's just do a couple rolls just to get the body moving a little bit. And just sitting here in a comfortable seat, rolling your spine in both directions. Don't be too worried about the quality or precision of your roll. Just allow yourself to feel some pleasure in the rolling. Let your head sway with those rolls. And again. And then reach your arms out wide, and you're just going to give yourself a nice hug. Fingers can try to find the shoulder blades, and you just curl in as you give yourself a hug. And then roll up. Hands come wide, and just swap the arrangement of your arms. Again, curling in. And then come back. And what we'll do is we'll do pigeon on the right side. So your right shin is going to be sort of on the mat diagonally. So the right foot is going to be right meeting where the left hip falls naturally on the mat. And then you're going to really straighten that left leg. Maybe look back behind you, check the leg is straight. And then using your hands, which are just going to, one is your right hand's right in front of your right knee, and the left hand is about shoulder width apart. And you just press into your hands and beam the heart center forward. And we'll just curl in. Curling in. Allowing yourself to just be in pigeon here. Receiving the benefit of the passive stretch. Allowing your awareness to travel through the body, any place that needs to release and let go. If your right hip is not in contact with the mat, it's a really great place to put a folded blanket. Giving yourself the support that you need today. Giving yourself the support so that you show yourself compassion for where you are today. It's okay to have days that we don't get up and go and are all fiery, and sometimes we get up slowly. Sometimes we feel more sensitive. We just want to take things a little bit more gently. As humans, we carry so much of the things we need to do in a day and the relationships around us. Allow yourself to just sink in to the relationship with yourself in this moment. And hold yourself with compassion. We're going to slowly make our way up, so just find a path that works for you. Your hands can just press into the mat and press up. Again, beaming your heart center directly in front of you. Feeling the length of the spine. And then bringing that back leg in. And we'll just swap. We'll have our left shin on a sort of diagonal. Right leg will be straight behind you, so that the left foot is just at the right hip, really. You want to look over the right shoulder, make sure that right leg is just straight so you feel good. And you can see on this side, if your hip wasn't hitting the ground, this is where you would put a blanket right here so that you're supported. You would go right, really get it in there so that you feel really held and supported, so your hips can really just relax. And that is how you're going to get the greatest benefit of the pose. So. Again, pressing into your hands, beaming the heart center forward and folding in. Folding in. Letting your awareness travel around the body. How is the side feeling?
Is it tighter? Is it more relaxed? Just letting yourself soften, holding yourself with compassion. Thinking in your thigh just how sweet and soft it feels to be slow and to be gentle, and that by allowing yourself to experience that softness, that gentleness, you can offer that to whatever intention, whomever you sent your intention toward this morning. The softness and slowness, the sweetness of self-compassion. If you could offer that as if you were offering a blanket and a cup of tea to whatever part of you might be hurting, and in turn to whatever part of another place, situation, person might be hurting. You offer this energy of soft, gentle compassion. It's okay. It's okay to be slow. It's nice, actually. Let's slow down. Allowing yourself to just receive the benefit of the long hold. Just begin to prepare in your mind that we're going to move out of this pose shortly. But just allow yourself to relish, receive the last few moments with joy as we push into our hands.
Beaming the heart center forward. Coming round. Okay. I think I'm gonna have us lie on our back. You're gonna take a block and you're gonna press your hips up. Block's gonna be on its lowest, widest setting. And just place the block under the hips. And for a moment, let's just be here with the knees bent. Again, letting the weight of the pelvis sink into the block. And then maybe stretching one leg out. And then the second leg. Just allowing the sacrum and the tailbone to melt. As the hips just release, letting the weight fall into the block. I'm going to have you bring your knees back to a bend, press into your hips. Then we're going to just lift our hips and move our hips to the left. And then you're just going to cross the right leg over the left leg and let the knees fall to the left. Reaching out your right arm, very gentle twist. Gentle twist. Letting everything melt into the mat. Your gaze can follow your right arm. Chest is open and wide. And we'll slowly bring the legs back up to center. And push into the feet. The feet go to this, push your hips to the left. Yes, the left. And then let your knees fall to the right. Left leg crossed over the right. And again, just extending that left arm, allowing the gaze to just go out toward the left. Letting the weight of the body do the work. And when I say work, I mean letting the weight of the body just melt and allowing yourself to receive the benefit of the twist, the reclined twist that you're in. No effort. And then we'll press our feet back up and maybe windshield wiper the knees a little back and forth. And let's do a forward fold. So roll to one side and press yourself back up. Do a wide-legged forward fold. So again, your legs are going to come to straddle. Allow yourself to just move the flesh from underneath your sit bones, and let's just, again, massage a little bit along the length of the legs. Just gently, just bringing some love and attention through your touch to your legs. And then you're going to get a block or something that can support your head as you come forward. And you're just going to allow yourself to come forward and rest your forehead on the block, and then your elbows can just be underneath for support. But really allowing the weight of the forehead to absolutely melt here into your support. So you don't feel any kind of tension or gripping. You're just releasing. Then you can imagine as your third eye connects with your support, there's a vortex, a drain that pours through your third eye deep, deep into the earth beneath you. Beautiful vortex of water, purifying, light-filled water. That water is just draining away
any heavy thoughts, any mental energy that needs to be released that is not yours, mental toxicity. It's all just draining away through the third eye, through this beautiful stream, this vortex of light-filled water deep into the earth. You can just see it in your mind's eye, draining from your forehead, draining, draining, draining away. You're going to use your hands or elbows to slowly press yourself back up. We're going to put a nice folded blanket at one end of our mat. That's going to go underneath our head. I encourage you to have a blanket to cover yourself with because we'll be here for a while. And you're just going to recline back on to your back. You can put that blanket right under your head so it supports the head. You may want to take a happy baby here, just pressing the feet up, grabbing the inside of the feet. Grabbing is such an active word after all the sort of sweet things you've been doing. So just holding, not grabbing. Holding the inside of the feet and rocking the pelvis from side to side. And then as you're ready, you're going to cover yourself with your blanket. So get that in place. This is always a bit of a thing. There we go. Make sure you're nice and warm. Maybe give yourself a nice long full body stretch here. We're gonna just drop into a nice Shavasana. So legs just let them fall out naturally to whatever position is comfortable for them. Arms should be at the side, palms facing up. And just let your awareness travel from your feet up through your legs and the hips and torso and arms to your head. And as your awareness travels, just imagine each part of the body that you connect with softening, melting, just surrendering to gravity, surrendering to the weight of the body as you rest in Shavasana, allowing the eyeballs to soften, recede, muscles around the eye sockets relaxing, muscles in the back of the shoulder blades, the upper arms, and the upper back. And we'll be here for a few minutes. Allow yourself to be in silence, doing nothing.
Slowly, gently deepening the breath. Allowing your awareness to deepen. Maybe bringing some very gentle movement back to the fingers, toes, ankles. Moving the head slightly from side to side. So deepen the breath and begin to find some movement. Roll to one side in a fetal position and just rest there. Curl up and feel warm and cozy. And feel supported and loved by yourself. When you're ready, we'll gently press up to a seat. Keeping the eyes closed. You may want to bring one hand to the heart, other hand over top. Connecting again to that magnetic field of energy between the palms of the hands and the heart center, the life force. We give gratitude and love again for this exceptional experience of being a human soul in a human body. As we draw our practice to a close, we'll take a final Om together. So we'll take an inhale and then Om. Inhaling now. So we feel the reverberation of the vibration of sound move through us. Can bow to each other, thanking you for joining me on this path today, thanking you for being willing to be gentle and slow with yourself, thanking you for being uniquely you. There is no one else like you. You are totally extraordinary and unique. And we are so blessed to have you and your gifts every day. Thank you, and continue to be magnificent. Thank you for being my teachers. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this slower practice. It's nice, isn't it, to just be gentle. Be good friends to yourselves and good friends to each other. Have a great day, everybody.